Lucky week 13 it is. Everyone hoping for a little good fortune this time around as we enter the home stretch of the regular season. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Nick's off the play action. Chased out to his right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first. To throw, here's Nix. Finds Mims. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They're on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today. Because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
From the 32. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. On 3rd down, here's Nix. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Back now, pressure on its way. That one finds Josh Downs. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Pass play on 1st and 10. And the deep ball falls incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Finds his man, Downs. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Throwing on 3rd down. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. It was brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
They'll send him up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Forced out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
The give here on 2nd. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Kind of like that punt returner, Kate, that's just looking for that lane to run. This guy just couldn't find it. Defenders beat him to the spot, left him to try and cut back, or simply take it out of bounds like he just did.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap to Nix. On the move, headed right. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. On comes Will Lutz and the Broncos field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. On target to Downs. Give him 32 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Hauled in by Downs. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage, and you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. That's complete to Bowers outright. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Touchdown! So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he is able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Nix from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They bring Collins in motion right. Nix with it on 1st. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Play action with Nix. Completed to Collins. And they make the tackle at the 38. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. They'll throw again. Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. And that makes it 2nd down. Now Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos make it a one-score game in the first half. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Dumped off to his running back. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He's got Pierce. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll throw it yet again. Taken in by Downs, left side. And he's brought down at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders in possession. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll throw on 1st. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they face 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they're ready to begin their drive. Throwing on first down, Nix. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On first and 10, here's Nix. That one's incomplete, couldn't connect.
I'm just going to say, maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Nix off the play action. Escapes the pocket. On the run right. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Juju Brents with a pick. And the Raiders get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Drops to a knee, clock's going to run unless that defense burns one of its 2 remaining timeouts. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the gun here. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He's going to throw this one. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's a throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In third and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass, and a fourth down instead.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Throwing deep for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that'll bring up second down.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun snap to Nix. That's complete to Musgrave. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. They'll run here following the penalty. And that carry only gets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, second and very long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Tremaine Edmonds has it. And the Raiders getting back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play. That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's the gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Looking for a throw here. Finds his man, Downs. And this one doesn't go far.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
4th and inches, but they're going to throw for it. He has the touchdown. Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Another carry for him. Has the first, but wants more. He's past the 45. And he takes this into enemy territory to the 48-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Nick's looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Putting a receiver in motion. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He tucks it and takes off. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. And they pick him off again. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Back to the line they go. It's second down. To throw, here's Nix. Dumped off to his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. They'll run here from the gun. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back to the well again. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Back-to-back carries here. 3 yards on the pickup, and they're 3 away on 2nd and goal. Offense in the hurry up here. They give it to him up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos make it an 11-point ball game.
Broncos 17. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Man in motion out of the slot. Airing it out to start this drive. He lofts it deep, right sideline. That's grabbed inside the 30. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
First and 10, looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They send a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 10 now. Oh, the shot was there. He hauled it in, but the officials say no. Didn't get both feet in bounds.
Now, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jack Jones has got it. And the Broncos have some new life in the fourth.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Has a hole left, room to run. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos now within 1 score in the fourth. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
He's throwing for it! And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Downs will go in motion left. Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Back to throw now. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, you call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He finds some space again. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Out to his wideout. It's a screen. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Got to get out of their own way here as they're backed up 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. Scores! Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders push the lead up to 12. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Nix from the gun. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Finds a seam down the middle. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos now within one score in the fourth. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, first and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. On target to Downs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the back. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the bit.
Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted! Pat Surtain has it. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
He'll look to throw it. And he brings it in. That makes this a field goal game now. All right, partner. It's only 1 extra point on the scoreboard. But come on, if you're the team who just turned it over, how much worse is it seeing them add on 2 there instead of just the extra point?
Oh, it stings. I don't think there's any question about it because not only do you not execute offensively, your defense doesn't do it either. So you kind of just smack them both right in the face. And, yeah, that one hurts a little bit more.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Broncos make the play that should win them this game.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
On first down, they'll run. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Give now to the running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. He's back to throw. Cut out left. And he's taken down at the 30. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Broncos to a knee and let the clock run out on this win.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Broncos are winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.